The international break is over, and as the league resumes, Coventry City are the next visitors here at the Brentford Community Stadium. Thomas Frank has been speaking to the media ahead of that game, and no prizes for guessing what subject was top of the agenda.
Said Benrahma deal to West Ham. West Ham say he hasn't failed his medical, but there feels like there's been an issue. Do you know what's going on?
I know one thing. It's sure that how can I say, we are speaking to West Ham about potentially selling Said to West Ham, and let's see what's happening. We all know that for a fact, 5 o'clock. And if you're a West Ham player, I speak about that tomorrow. If you're a Brentford player, I'll speak about that tomorrow. Because there's no reason to speak about things when it's not decided one way or another.
But fitness-wise, there's nothing wrong with him as far as you're concerned, is there? I mean, he had an ankle problem at the start of last season, but we're fine.
As far as I know, he played minutes for us against Preston. He started against, I can't remember the team they played with, Algeria, and he played the last 2 minutes against Mexico. So
you don't think that West Ham are trying to renegotiate the deal and maybe knock the price down?
First and foremost, that's one of the privileges I have as a head coach. I never negotiate these things, and I think I'm glad I'm not doing that. I'm focusing on what I can do on the pitch.
If Said Benrahma does leave the club today, though, what would you say about his contribution over the last year?
I think it's obviously that I think Said's been one of the best players in this division for the last 2 seasons, and I think last year he stood out even more, not only with his goals and assists, but also his trickery and his 1v1 situations, skills, but also I think he showed a development in terms of pressing and work ethic and be a really good team player.
If the figures are right, though, it's another spectacular financial success for the club, isn't it?
I think we we developed over the last years, and I think it's remarkable that we maybe are going to sell 2 players to the Premier League for record sales from the Championship.
Any other Brentford players likely to be leaving by the end of today, do you think?
No.
Incoming?
No.
Absolutely no one coming in?
None.
What would your observations be then on the transfer window, which has seen you lose Watkins and Benrahma possibly?
I think that we've done well. We've said from the beginning that 2 of them could potentially go if the right bid was there. I think we added quality to the squad instead with Ivan Toney early from instead of Ollie, and Saman got us instead of Said. And I also think it was more or less like a new transfer, getting Sergi Canos back from a long-term injury. On top of that, we added Vitaly Janel for the midfield, and Charlie Good to help us in the central defence. I don't forgetting anyone. So we're pleased. I think we have a good squad.
Even with those signings, so do you really think you can emulate what you did last season without Watkins and Benrahma?
I'm focusing on winning on tomorrow against Coventry.
And the team use of that match is what?
Everyone is available apart from Mads Rorsler we know about, Jean Baptiste we know about, he's by the way closer, and Christian Nørgaard. So Christian Nørgaard is out for 6-8 weeks.
So Rico Henry back in the squad?
Back in the squad, yeah.
A couple of the guys obviously had a good night at Wembley. You must have enjoyed that too, didn't you?
Oh yeah, of course. I think it's a good win from Denmark. Of course, we're pleased with that, and I was pleased that we have players involved in the squad.
Just on the league situation and this game with Coventry, I mean, how are you approaching this one after 4 points from the first 4 games?
I think if we had 12 points for the first 4 games, we'll do the very best to win it. That's the focus. We know that I think in terms of performance so far in the games we played this season, the 4 games in the Championship and the 4 games in Carabao Cup, there's only one I'm disappointed with. That's the game against Preston. And for me, I'm 100% sure it will be a one-off. Not that we can't lose another match, but in terms of we conceded 4 goals, we haven't done that in 2 years with me in charge of the team. Last year we didn't concede 3 goals in the whole Championship season. So for me, we need to get back on on track. That was one thing on the defensive side, but mainly I want us to dominate tomorrow the game from the first minute, and that's it with the biggest respect from Coventry, because I think they're a very good side, and I think they've done well the first 4 games. I really like their style of play. I think Mark Robbins have made a good job there in terms of I like they want to play with the ball, they want to press, and I think they are. Of course, they want to, how can you say, stay in the championship, and I think they have a very, very good chance. I think they will be comfortable in that aspect.
Just finally, Thomas, it's been a week of amazing revelations about the future of English football, possibly. What have you made of the Project Big Picture revelations, and also the calls now for an independent regulator to take control of English football?
It's a big question for a head coach of Brentford, and also being a Dane. I love English football, and I want the best for English football. I think English football is a huge part of the football in general in the world, and we have. I can say we, even I'm Danish, because I'm working in this country. We have the best league in the world, and potentially the 6th or 7th best league as well in terms of the championship. So we have a remarkable product in this country. The good thing is there's people in this club, of course, that like to be involved in the decision or how we can affect English football, and I guess they do that together with the other people in charge of the other clubs, and hopefully find the best thing for the top and the bottom, and the best for English future.
Come on, Brentford!